Welcome back, everyone. Today we have our predictions for the UFC 2024 champions. We're just going to predict who we think is going to be champions by the end of next year. And then around this time next year, I'll do a follow-up video seeing kind of what we got wrong, what we got right. So I brought Dylan on today to talk about these picks. We're going to start out with the women's divisions. I'm not going to talk about women's featherweight because I don't know if it's going to exist as a division. With Nunes out, there's like no rankings on the UFC website. And yeah, I'm just going to skip that one. But for bantamweight, I'm not too sure. It's kind of an open field. So who do you think is going to win the bantamweight title?
I think Shevchenko is going to move up.
Oh, interesting.
Because she already tried it twice and close with Nunes.
Very close.
But I was thinking, why not? Like, bantamweight's wide open. She can get that free belt, win bantamweight. Like, she can easily beat the winner of Pennington and who was it?
I think it's Silva. I think that's the
Bueno
one coming
Silva.
up. Yeah.
She can beat the winner. She gets that belt. Maybe defend it once. Maybe do the trilogy with Grasso. But I was thinking Shevchenko. At the end of the year.
That's a good pick. For flyweight, I had Shevchenko because the Grasso Shevchenko, they got to do the rematch because the last one was a draw.
Yeah.
So the third fight will probably settle that. I know Shevchenko's getting a little bit old, but I still believe in her. So
she did look a little bit better in that second fight.
Mm-hmm.
I think the judges were pretty generous to make that a draw. And I for some weird reason, I feel like Shevchenko might not fight at that flyweight next year. I just have a feeling she's going to go bantamweight, but I have no clue. I didn't do the research, but I put Grasso as the flyweight champ at the end of next year.
That's fair. There's a couple from that weight class that I am looking at. I'm looking at that Fiorot girl.
Yeah, man, Fiorot, yeah.
I'm looking at Blanchfield and Barber.
Oh, Blanchfield. You know what? I switched my pick, Blanchfield. I'll take Blanchfield.
Fair enough. Okay, and then just strawweight, and then we'll get into the men's divisions here. It's going to be hard to dethrone Weili Zhang, but there is one fighter that I'm very high on, and that's Tatiana Suarez. If it weren't for her 4-year layoff, I think she would already be champ by now with a couple defenses. She's the best wrestler in the whole division, so I'm picking Suarez to win the belt at strawweight sometime in the next year.
That's a good pick. I'm still gonna take
a bit closer.
I'm still gonna take Zhang. Suarez, if she
Fair
fights
enough.
her. I just have a weird feeling. I just don't know if she'll fight for the belt next year. I
Yeah.
feel like Suarez by 2025 will get a title shot. It's just I don't know, but I'm just taking Zhang. Hopefully that's a safe bet, safe pick.
That is a safe pick. I think out of all the women, that's probably the safest
Yeah,
pick.
she's damn good.
So we'll start at flyweight, and then we'll move our way up to heavyweight. And
Right.
starting at flyweight again, it's pretty safe to go with the champion. I don't really see anybody dethroning him. There's two people who I am looking at though. Amir Albazi is quite impressive to me, and Muhammad Makoyev. Hopefully, I'm saying that right. He's 11-0, and he's only 23. So I don't know if it'll be next year, but that guy is young, talented, still a couple holes in his game. But I think when he figures it out and gets all the pieces together, that guy's going to be a demon in that division. And I love his nickname, the Punisher. That's pretty sick. So
I also got Pantoja because he already beat Moreno twice. And I think Moreno's going to beat Albazi, and that's probably going to be the title eliminator.
yeah,
And if they fight again, I think Pantoja's going to win. And Manel Kape is going to fight Nicolau. And that looks like that might be the next defense after this one.
yeah.
And I'm a big fan of Manel Kape, but Pantoja already beat him pretty well. But then again, that was Kape's first fight without shoes on because he was in Ryzen and he wore shoes. So his first fight in the UFC, maybe it was a bit different for him.
That's true.
But I still think Pantoja will be champ.
Yeah.
I like Kape. Maybe he has that punching chance, but I'm going to go Pantoja as well.
Yeah. As much as I said I like the other two guys, I'm going to play it safe and say Pantoja as well. At bantamweight, I do not see Sean staying champ, to be quite honest. The two guys who I'm looking at are Corey Sandhagen, because he's been very impressive recently, and I think he has the skills to knock out Sean. And the other one I was looking at was Umar. I don't know if he'll get there in time, maybe like by the end of the year, but Umar to me is the scariest guy, or the guy with the biggest like what ifs and potential in that division. But
what do you think about Merab?
You know, I should like Merab. I should, because he's a Georgian wrestler, and usually I would like guys like that.
The way he beat Peter Yan was unreal.
It was, yeah, that's like 54 takedowns or something.
Yeah, Like that was
Yeah,
crazy.
he is very impressive, and I do think that maybe he does have the best odds to become champ. I just don't like him, so I don't want to pick him. And I do think that if he faces Corey does have the weapons to knock him out, but that's a 50-50 fight in my eyes. But yeah, you're right. Marab is
He's close.
yeah.
I'm gonna pick O'Malley,
Okay.
and the reason why I'm gonna do it is because I think he's gonna beat Cheeto. The first fight, he was beating Cheeto, then got the perennial nerve kick. Whether that's a fluke or not, I don't see that happening again. And watching Cheeto's fights, it's like he's losing, then he gets a KO. But the guys he KO'd were like pretty old, chin's gone. So it's like I don't think that game plan's gonna work against O'Malley.
Yeah.
So then I think O'Malley's gonna defend that. And then that's where it gets tough. He's gonna have to fight Marab or Sanhagen.
Yeah.
And
Unless they fight each other for the
yeah, it's either or, one of those two.
Yeah.
And I really like O'Malley. Like I don't think O'Malley's gonna go on like a big run, but I could see him defend the belt once or twice or three times. Then I can see a guy like Umar taking it in 2025.
Yeah.
But I think 2024, I think we'll still see O'Malley as the champ.
There are 2 Nurmagomedovs in the top 15 right now at bantamweight. There's
Who's side?
Saeed as well.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah.
Okay, featherweight. This one is interesting.
I think we're both gonna have the same one. I already can tell.
We'll see. We'll see. I love the boxing at featherweight right now. I love Arnold Allen. He's going to be fighting on the next card coming up. Calvin Kattar, obviously. Max Holloway, everybody knows, is one of the greatest boxers in the sport. But to me, the most impressive boxing at this weight class and possibly in the sport is Ilia Topuria. Is that who you're going to say?
Yes.
Yeah, so I have Ilia becoming champ. Volk has grown on me over the years. I have, gained more and more respect for him, but I just feel like he's at the end of his reign, and Ilia seems like just the perfect kryptonite for Volk, because his boxing is the crispest in the division, maybe the sport, and he has the ground game. So, yeah, I'm going to pick Ilia. I hope I'm right on that, but that's a tough pick.
Yeah, I'm also going to take Ilia because I'm a big Volk fan, and I thought he was stupid to take that fight against Islam on 8 days' notice. And when he came out, it was like, he's fat. Like, I've never seen Volk chubby before.
Yeah.
And to get brutally KO'd like that, I don't know. I think Ilia's gonna, I don't know, maybe he'll knock out Volk, maybe. If not, if it goes to decision, I think it would be, like, pretty close. But yeah. I think Ilia would win, and then I think Ilia would beat Max Holloway. Like, I don't know. I was big on Ilia. Like, I remember when he fought Ryan Hall, everyone said Ryan Hall was gonna kill him, and I was confident. I was like, Ilia's gonna KO him. So I hope I keep getting the right picks with him, because every time I pick him, he wins. So
yeah, that Emmett performance is the best boxing performance
that
I've
aged
seen.
so well now off the Mitchell KO. Like,
yeah, and he's only 26, so he's not even in his prime yet.
Ilia's 26.
Yeah,
Holy
he's
shit.
not even prime yet. So yeah, I'm excited for him. At lightweight, again, it's very, very hard to bet against the champ, especially when he head kicked KO'd Volkanovski. There are a couple fights that I do want to see. I want to see the rematch with Arman. I am a big fan of Arman Sarukian. He's also a hockey player, which I learned recently, which is
really
pretty cool.
Did not know.
The rest of the division is stacked. It's probably the most stacked division in the UFC, as it has been for quite a while. The other fighter I'm looking out for, I don't think he'll be champ, but I'm looking out for him, is Saint Denis. Saint Denis is the best French fighter I've ever seen. He is brutal in every sense of the word. His body kicks are spectacular.
And a big lightweight too. Like he looks like a welterweight.
Yeah, so maybe not next year, but I want Saint Denis to become champion eventually. He was also in the Special Forces, which is sick, and I think he's only like 27, somewhere around that age. Like, he's just hitting his prime now. So I'm a big fan of that guy, but I'm sticking with Islam.
So I think he just lost his debut, but then now he had a bunch of finishes in a row.
Yeah, but I'm going to stick with Islam just because he just seems to get better.
Yeah, my lightweight pick was tough because I don't know when Islam's going to retire. I have a feeling he's going to retire on top like Khabib. But I still, what I see happening is he'll fight Gaethje. He'll beat Gaethje for sure. Which is weird saying that because Gaethje is so good.
Yeah.
and I see him fighting Charles again, I can't see it going in a different way.
Yeah.
Like, I thought I was picking Charles, and when Islam did that, I was like, okay, Islam's the greatest right now.
Yeah.
And arguably, he does look a bit better than Khabib, which
He's
is great.
Khabib with striking.
He's Khabib
Yeah.
with striking and
Yeah.
power, like, which is nuts. But I do think Islam will retire in 2025, so it's going to be weird seeing who's going to be champ then, because I don't see him sticking around. And we'll get back to the next division in a moment, but it's like I don't know if Islam's going to move up to welterweight, try that out, but we'll move on to the next division for a different analysis I have, but I'm picking Islam.
Yeah, maybe 2025 will change our
Yeah.
prediction, but yeah, going on to welterweight. Man, I love Leon. I thought the last fight was like a beautiful masterclass of striking, but I am so high on Shavkat. To be 18-0 with 18 finishes and to have them evenly spread out between KOs and submissions is very, very impressive. And mentality-wise, he screams champion to me. Nobody else here really does. With Kamaru going up, Gilbert Burns, we don't know what he's doing. Colby, like he's getting old and he looked pretty bad against Leon. Wonder Boy just got choked out by Shavkat. So it's really Shavkat I'm looking at. So Shavkat, Leon, I'm excited for that fight. I think Shavkat just has more tools to win a fight.
Yeah, Shavkat looks amazing. Obviously, like the first round against Wonder Boy wasn't too, but then again,
He had a broken foot though, right?
Yeah, he had a broken foot, and
That's
Wonder
wild.
Boy isn't super easy to take down. Like when Burns was trying to get him down, like Wonder Boy would keep popping up, and
Yeah.
But I'm picking Shavkat too. But the one thing I was debating is like, if Shavkat hypothetically loses or doesn't get a title shot if he's hurt, and then it's going to be Bilal versus Leon, and then whoever wins that, I could see Islam being like, I can beat Leon or Bilal.
Yeah,
So we could be looking at a double champ.
for sure. For
So
sure.
I have Shavkat, but if Shavkat doesn't get that title shot, I'm
Yeah.
taking Islam because I think
Yeah.
Islam could beat those guys.
Yeah, I'll believe it when I see it. I know Islam said he wants to do that, and awesome. But yeah, the Leon Islam fight's very interesting. But even more interesting, I think, is if Shavkat won and then Shavkat Islam, because that's tougher for me to call.
Hate to
Really,
say it, but I don't think Islam would have the balls to do that because it's
yeah, that's a tough fight.
he's like looking at Shavkat. He would be like 19-0. Like I don't think Islam would take that. I think Islam would do it if there was a guy at welterweight like a Leon or a Bilal where he can be like, oh, I think I have the skills to beat that.
Agreed.
We both agree on that.
Okay, at middleweight, again, I don't see the Sean staying as champ.
No.
I think Dreykus is going to beat him, but we'll talk more about that in our next video. We'll do a prediction video for UFC 297. I'll talk a little bit more about that then. But really, my biggest prospect has been the same guy for the last 3 years, and it's Chimaev. I'm really looking at Chimaev. The only thing is the gas tank and the way he fights. He just empties so much,
And we
so
haven't
quickly.
seen him do 5 rounds yet.
Yeah, and he just beat a former champion who was pound for pound #1 at one point. So that's very impressive. But yeah, there's question marks with him. But I was telling Hunter the other day, I've been waiting my entire life for a guy who can wrestle, strike, and fights with the pedal to the metal the second it starts and does not let off at all.
No.
And we haven't really seen that, but we see it with this guy. Even Habib, he kind of levels off the gas and
Hey,
he takes his time.
We could almost say the same with Dreykus.
That's
Dreykus,
true. That's
he
true.
does go pedal to the metal.
That's true.
So
But Chimaev is he's special. He's a very special talent to me, and I think he has the tools to run through this division, possibly welterweight if he can make the cut, and the division above. So I'm very high on Hazmat, though. But I think the year after, it's going to be Bo Nickel, and Bo Nickel's going to out-wrestle him. So that's my prediction now, 2 years in advance. Bo Nickel's going to mop the floor with Chimaev.
yeah, I'm excited to see our video next year.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna pick Dreykus.
Okay,
And,
yeah, that's a good pick.
I think Dreykus can beat Sean because I think Dreykus is a bit of a nightmare matchup for him. It might look maybe not the same as Alex Sean, where it was just he walked forward into a hook. But I picture it. I think Sean's going to walk forward. Dreykus is going to spam those hooks and uppercuts. And then I see him dropping Sean and then choking him out.
Yeah.
So that's how I picture it.
If he sliced through Rob like butter, Like, what is he gonna do?
Dominated him in the first round.
It was
and
like
then,
butter.
Like,
yeah, it wasn't even.
no one
close.
does that to Rob other
Nobody.
than Izzy that one fight when he grew the titty.
Yeah, the guy went 10 rounds with Yoel, but gets melted by Dreykus. Dreykus
Yeah.
is scary.
And 3 years ago, I would not have believed myself now saying that I don't think Chimaev would be middleweight champ. But I just don't see, if Dreykus does beat Sean really well, I don't know how Chimaev's going to beat Dreykus, because Dreykus is a better striker, is a good wrestler, obviously not as good as Chimaev, but he has the submissions too that he can get out of these positions and he can sprawl.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I think if Dreykus and Hamzat did fight, assuming Dreykus wins, I could see Dreykus beating him.
Yeah, it's honestly like pretty close to 50-50. The only
Yeah.
thing that's tilting Chimaev's way is the wrestling, and the thing that honestly tilts Dreykus is the strength.
Mhm.
Like what he
Brute
did to Kevin
strength.
Holland, he's not going to do to Dreykus.
No.
So like, how long does it take for him to get to the ground? Like, he struggled with Usman a little bit,
And
he still got
Dreykus is
him,
way
but
bigger than
way bigger
Usman
than Usman.
and Gilbert Burns.
Yeah.
Like, Gilbert Burns was a former lightweight.
Yeah.
And Chimaev tried a couple times and then was like, okay, I'm just going to stand and bang. Lost second round, won the third round. I don't know why people thought Usman won. I didn't see that.
No.
But Usman's obviously one of the greatest ever. But
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Dreykus, I could be looking stupid. Dreykus could just get owned by Sean, and then Chimaev just ragdoll Sean. Because I think if Sean does beat Dreykus, I could see Chimaev beating Sean.
Yeah.
Just because that's a bad matchup for Strickland.
Yeah.
So I'm picking Dreykus, but if Dreykus loses to Sean, I'll take Chimaev beating him then.
Yeah, I think if Chimaev fights Strickland, it's Kevin Holland all over again.
Yeah.
Okay. Light heavyweight, the kind of weird division. It's very hard for me to bet against Alex Pereira, but there's so many, like, I don't want to say so many holes, but like if you take him down and hold him down, and like a guy like Ankalaev could do that,
Yeah.
you know, like, but it's tough. This division's probably the weakest in the UFC, and somebody might disagree with that, but I think it's a really weak division, and I don't know if Jamal Hill can get it done. Alex is just too damn scary.
Yeah, I just think Jamal Hill's a really good boxer, like really good hands. He can defend. He had like one fight early in his career where he kept getting taken down, but he won that fight anyways.
Mm-hmm.
But he kind of, I just think Pereira, like, you can't really just box him. Like, we've seen that before, and you'll just get slept. So I do think Alex Pereira will finish Jamal Hill. I think he'll leg kick the shit out of him, and then I don't know if he'll finish him. Maybe it'll be like a good decision, but so that's a thing. You said Ankalaev, and I don't like Ankalaev, but he knows how to win fights.
Yeah.
But Johnny Walker, we don't know. Like, Johnny Walker's a wild man. He could just sleep on Ankalaev, and then Alex will fight maybe Yuri again, but I don't know. But the thing is, too, I was thinking about this, is Izzy might move up and fight Alex.
Yeah, that's the biggest what if, because, I mean, he did knock him out cold. And he was winning the first fight, so...
Yeah, well, he was winning the first kickboxing fight.
Yeah.
The second fight, he was winning until he got KO'd.
It's not like 3-1 in my eyes. It's pretty 50-50.
The third fight, he was winning till he
Yeah.
got TKO'd.
Yeah.
So it's like, Izzy's winning more of the rounds, but then just loses.
But he figured it out in the last one, so...
But I think, too, with, like, the last fight, like, maybe the part of the KO, like, obviously he was smart. Like, he reeled him in and slept them. But now that Pereira doesn't have to cut as much weight, if they were to do the fourth fight in at light heavyweight, I do see Alex winning.
Yeah, that is true.
Because he is a bigger guy. Like, they're both huge, but like, Alex is like a little more filled, I think.
He's got a wider frame for sure.
Yeah, and he's just weird. Like, he has like no body fat, but like, I feel like his bones weigh a lot. Like, I don't know what it is, but like, he just seems pretty thick. Like, his bones, at least. Like, people say like he kicks hard. Like, that one video, Daniel Cormier, like, when Alex Pereira like barely leg kicked him, he was like, that was like the hardest leg kick I've ever felt, and that was like 30% effort.
Yeah.
So I do see Alex, like, with you. I agree, Alex winning. I think he'll defend the belt against Jamal Hill, and then I think he's
Yeah.
going to beat Izzy. That's my prediction.
I'm not confident in him to say champ, but I'm not betting against him. There's no way.
No.
So that's just the way the division is right now. With John gone and Reyes is still ranked in the top 15. You know the division's weak win.
He's lost a bunch in a row.
Yeah, so this next division, it's usually the most hyped division. You know, everybody wants to watch the heavyweights, but it's been stalemated for quite a while now, and it's going to be stalemated until I think like, what is it, like mid next year they're going to fight
Yeah.
Jones and Stipe. So I really don't see the belt changing hands unless like towards the end of the year John Jones has retired and they're doing like Aspinall and Gone for like the vacant belt, but it's a weird one to call. This is the one that like I'm least certain on, not because I don't know who's going to win, I just don't know who's going to fight. So
Yeah, because John might like be like, "Oh, I'm not going to retire yet," and they hold on the belt. But I think you nailed it. I think Aspinall's going to be the champ at the end of the year because John Jones will retire after beating Stipe.
Yeah.
Stipe's not an easy fight, but I think this will be just because long layoff,
Very long.
brutal loss. Like,
Stipe's like 43.
if this was like if this fight was like 4 or 5 years ago, like this, I would be like 50-50. I don't know who wins, but
Agreed.
I think John's going to win a decision. I don't think he's going to finish Stipe. Stipe, you got to knock him out. John, maybe if he head kicks him, but John doesn't have hand power, but he has great head kicks, so maybe he'll head kick KO him. I don't see it happening like the last time John had a KO, long time.
Yeah,
And
I see it as sub.
Stipe, yeah, it'd be hard to sub him, but no, I see what's gonna happen is John retires after beating Stipe. Aspinall is promoted to undisputed, and then he'll fight Gone, and then I think he'll beat Gone, and then after that, like maybe he'll rematch Blades. I could see Aspinall defending it twice. Maybe he'll fight
Almeida.
Yeah, Jailton Almeida. Yeah. But I'm a big Tom Aspinall fan. I think he's going to be the champ.
That's fair. Yeah. Yeah. This one to make like my official stance. If John doesn't retire, it's John. If John does retire, it's Tom. So, yeah, it's just a hard one to pick because I don't know what the plans are, how fast he's going to come back from injury. Yeah, it's tough to call, but that's the best I can do for you guys. So,
a little controversial, but I think Tom would chin John anyways. I know all my friends make fun of me for that.
Flame him for that.
You guys can flame me in the comments, but I think Aspinall would sleep John, but John doesn't want that smoke.
Nah, some English blokes are going to agree with you, but
if you got any English fans, maybe they'll cheer me on, but
yeah.
I just, that fight won't happen. I don't think John would, because this is the thing. It's like, if you beat Stipe, you're already the GOAT, and then you just beat the heavyweight GOAT. What else do you have to prove?
Exactly.
Why would you fight this up-and-coming guy who's finishing everyone, looks incredible, and has dangerous KO power, and is like a full heavyweight?
Yeah.
Like, as much as I don't like John, he's smart to not take that fight.
Yeah.
Fight Stipe, retire. That's what I would do if I was him.
That's what I hope too. And then since they're changing that elbow rule, get that L reversed and ride out 29-0, just like
still
Khabib.
Lost to Reyes.
Okay, we're gonna wrap it up there. Let me know in the comments who you guys have. Who you guys are predicting to be champions next year. Like I said, I'll do a follow-up video this time next year. I'll get Dylan back on and we'll kind of go through our picks to see what we got wrong and got right. But yeah, flame us in the comments. Let us know what we got wrong.
Drop your lists. If you disagree, drop your lists and we'll look at it. It'd be cool to see.
Yeah, I love talking to you guys. So thank you guys for watching as always. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It helps boost this channel in the algorithm. I'll catch you guys in the next one, and peace.